Right, we're going to watch Out and About with Andy. He's in Caleta de Fust in Fuerteventura. He's staying at, can it be as bad as they say, the Castillo Beach Club Bungalows tour and review. I've been to Fuerteventura, but I've not been to Caleta de Fust. It's quite a big beach there. We did have a little look last year as to whether it would be worth going, because it's really close to the airport. It must be like 20-minute transfer, if that. It's literally one junction up down the motorway. I've driven past it, but it looks a bit of a quiet resort. The hotels, some of them look nice. The beach itself is quite barren, a lot of sand on it, not so many amenities alongside it. There may well be showers and toilets and things like that. There don't appear to be many restaurants or bars, shops. It's quite a quiet place, so as a result we didn't bother going, but we'll see what this place is like. It's obviously one of the worst places by the looks of things, but let's see what he says.
Come on folks, welcome to another video. Behind me here we have the reception at Castillo Beach Apartments. Now if you come here to this resort, this is probably where you'll be dropped off. If you come in on a transfer coach, you get dropped off at the main door. The other option is to get a taxi, which is what we did from the airport. It cost us around €20. That included the tip for the driver, and we got dropped off here at the door. If you're getting the regular bus service here, that will drop you at the bus station. You will have a bit of a climb up to the reception here to check in. So on the left we have the Moon complex. On the right of the picture is Lake, which is where we're staying. So if I turn the camera around, down there you've got Park and Vistas, which are the other two parts of the complex. Sitting on the left there.
Seems like a really big complex, made up of a couple of different hotels perhaps, maybe.
We've got some of the sports facilities, and we'll have a wander down and I'll show you where the commercial centre is. Now that's in another video as well. We've actually ate there, and I'll give you a few ideas which restaurants are pretty good.
Fuerteventura has followed the rest of the Canaries. They have commercial centres, like big block buildings with shops and retail and things like that, which were probably a good thing back in the day. But from what I've seen of the videos last year, there's maybe 2 commercial centres and a few bars and restaurants around it. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, it was that idea of keeping all the noise to one place, rather than having people scattering throughout a resort, I guess. It seems like a decent idea, but they look a little bit dated these days, these commercial centres.
This is just another look from the other side at the lake complex. As you can see, they're all gated. You get a key to get in after hours, and yeah, it's pretty secure. We've had no issues at all so far. So this part of the complex isn't part of ours. There are several next to each other. You see this one, some of the grounds are in the...
That looks really grotty, and the pavement looks really dangerous and neglected. All those grids look like they're about to fall in.
Bit of a state, needs a bit of repair. Be careful when you walk.
A bit. That is a hazard, a major hazard. I don't know how they can allow that to happen.
Walking, because you've got things like that to consider.
It's just not acceptable, that level of disrepair.
Obviously, because that's not part of Castillo Beach, then there's not much they can do about that. It's obviously a shared.
I'm getting a really dull feeling about this. I don't know what time of year it is. That place does not look inviting in the slightest. It looks horrible.
Driveway, I don't know whether that's the local authority is supposed to look after it or not, but yeah, that's a part of the disappointment with the area. You know, some bits here, as you can see, it's
disgusting is the word you're looking for, Andy.
It's all really very well kept. We've got a broken bench here, which, I mean, probably could be fixed fairly quickly and fairly easily, but is left. So to the left there, you've got the Zanzibar and Nesta's. Nesta's we were going to go to for breakfast one day, but it was shut for a private function. We might give that a go another day. So we'll continue down towards the commercial centre here, and yet again, another abandoned scooter. These things are an absolute menace. They're everywhere. If you're not getting run over by one, there's bound to be one just left somewhere.
There's no pride in the actual area. I mean, as a visitor walking through there, you don't get a holiday feeling from it. It's not even looked after. It's horrible.
To trip over, and hopefully that may be a fad that goes away soon, because they're a pain in the backside. So this is the Monte Castillo commercial centre. Plenty of bars, restaurants, things like that. So if you don't fancy cooking breakfast in your apartment, or even lunch, or even your evening meal,
I'm hoping it's busy around the other side of it and more inviting.
there's always a restaurant or a bar here, and all sorts of different things. Last night we came down here and we went to the Indian, which is Bollywood Spice. I've got to say, it was very good, and I'd recommend that. I'm not a massive fan of Indian food, but I certainly enjoyed mine. There's also Chaplin's Bar, which we've eaten at. I think.
Just look at the grounds around it. And that's where you go on your holidays. Oof.
We did a breakfast review of that, which, depending on the order I release these videos, will depend on whether you've seen it already or it'll be coming up soon.
Oh my God, what is all that?
But yeah, there's plenty of
I'm a bit lost for words, to be honest.
choice down here. It's not too far to walk. Certainly a lot easier than going right into town.
I'm hoping it's 6 o'clock in the morning when you walk in there.
So we'll just continue walking around commercial centre, and we'll go up the other side and I'll show you where the supermarkets are, because that's quite handy. Certainly as you're a good way out of town, you don't really want to be carrying bags of shopping. This little hike up to Castillo Beach is a pull enough.
There's looks like an abandoned building behind you, and a lot of fencing that's all been broken and fallen over.
Without carrying a load of other stuff. So I'll take you up past the other bars and onto the supermarkets, and then we'll have a look around the area we're staying in, which is the lake area. So that's the View Bar. We did have a drink there, very pleasant staff, and
that looks actually a little bit more promising, a little bit more.
Reasonable prices. It says we'll come to the other side of Chaplin's there. Sign there for Bollywood Spices as well. Again, good value.
Look at the front. Around there. Here, there. Looks like the paint's peeling away. Big section over there. It costs nothing to put a bit of paint on, and it makes all the difference.
Value for money. We weren't disappointed with the quality of the food either in Bollywood Spices. Chaplin's was it's okay, but it is fairly cheap. So
this area here, you can't quite see it because it's behind where I am. That looks like some sort of dilapidated fence. It looks dangerous as well.
Again, not a lot to worry about there. Supermarket, you got your usual hyperdino. We do like using these because you get a...
There you go. Look at all that there. All this over here. Really, really poor.
lot of fresh fruit and things like that in them. Really good quality products in there. A lot of English brands as well, but if you really want English food, over the other side there we've got the Brit Food supermarket as well. And one of those ATMs that everybody warns you about, don't use them because they'll rip you off. I suppose if you need the cash, you need the cash, don't you? But yeah, that's a little Brit supermarket. Not been in there, not tried it. We're quite happy using Hyperdino. Just round the corner, we'll walk past Nesta's and Zanzibar. Now, a friend of ours recommended Nesta's, and fortunately, it still looks closed. And hopefully, we'll reopen soon, as it is supposed to be quite good.
Early season, perhaps, but then again, it's the Canary Islands. It's an all-year-round destination normally.
Upstairs from that, you've got Zanzibar again. Nice little bar there. Good view out from that terrace across to the sea, and I'll spin the camera around in a minute and you can have a look. I've just got some music there just to give me harassment with the old copyright on YouTube, so I'll make this a short clip. So we've got some lovely palm lined roads here, can't complain about that. Lovely blue sky and palm trees, what more do you want?
Something I've seen done in Tenerife many years ago, and regularly in Tenerife, all these brown drooping branches, they're dead. And it's probably because Tenerife and Las Americas can afford to pay for it, but they strip all this stuff off, they cut it all down, they have a truck, plus the engineer up, the workmen, they cut it all down and it just leaves all the green. I'm sure they're planning to do that. The road looks like it's from Roman times. As does the path a little bit. Yeah. They just look horrible with all them dead leaves on them.
So there's the sign there for the Vistas complex, just further along that way.
Oh.
So there on your left, Vistas, and then if we look on your right over there, that's Park. So if you're interested while you're on holiday, there is a gym available.
I think we've seen another resort where there's quite a large decline, and when you look at the prices that these places charge, I'm really surprised that they get people staying there, and the problem is they probably don't. So you tend to find the resort will be half full even in peak season. They're trying to charge through the nose to get people out there, but people aren't going. But you should really use the old bums on seats adage. Get people in there, get the resort buzzing, get an atmosphere, get people liking the place, get money in the tills, get the shop selling food. Just get people there, and then you'll have a bit of money to do the place up. But it seems like you're just leaving it to rot and just trying to claw the last little bit of money that you can before it falls on its backside. It's pretty sad to see.
Let's have a quick peek in there. Personally, I don't think I'll be troubling that too much myself. So I've saved you from hearing me out of breath coming up the hill there, and we'll have a quick look at our own area. So there's reception, and we'll head along now towards where we're staying, which is Lake.
There's nobody there. There's not a single soul walking around the place. I'd be really disappointed if I paid good money to go to that resort. Get people there, lower the prices, get people there, get them in there, get them playing tennis, get them hiring tennis rackets, get them walking around the place, create an atmosphere.
Really, just along the road here, not too onerous, to be honest. If you're on the same level and you're not having to drag your cases up or down, there are a few steps once you...
Look at all the seating here. What would have been seating. It's all falling apart. Is it? Is it seating?
get to Lake, down from the bar, past the pool, and to your different chalets. I don't know what to call them, chalets, beach bungalows. I guess they are quite basic. Some of them need a...
That's an interesting angle, that, Andy. It's not often I see people walking around the place and also including themselves in the selfie side of the camera, in the B-roll in the corner. Don't think I've ever seen that before. Well played.
A bit of refurbishment. I understand that some of them have been refurbished in recent years. Ours does look as if it could do with it a little bit here and there. I've certainly seen worse on various videos. Our kitchen is fairly good. Again, shout out to Pete and Shell. They've stayed here twice now. They've been in two different areas. The first one looked quite tired. The second one looked better, but as I said, it was further out and didn't have any Wi-Fi. That is an issue where we are. We're pretty far away from reception, and despite each area supposedly having its own Wi-Fi, we found that I mean, you're lucky if you're getting 2 bars on the Wi-Fi, and it's not really that great. So thankfully, mobile data to the rescue. But here we go. Basically, we're pretty much here now. As I said,
it's like the different hotels that have been bought and incorporated into the same Castillo Beach Club. Beach Club, it doesn't kind of give off that beach club vibe, but it looks like they've bought different hotels over time and just incorporated them into their hotel. Seem quite far away.
Just a fairly short walk from reception, and we'll go through here now, this gate.
Hopefully we've got a pool near to your bungalow.
See, this one, it's got a lock there, so you can gain access with the key that they give you. You'll wonder why the one key won't fit the door of your apartment. It's because it fits that lock. So here we go. There's the bar and the pool. We'll give you some more shots of the pool shortly, but it is absolutely immaculate.
That looks pretty bleak, it's got to be said. It's definitely out of season, got to be.
As you can see behind me, this is the pool here in the lake part of the complex. Everything gets cleaned down every morning. Looks pretty nice, and I expect it'll be an unheated pool, which is part of the course in Fuerteventura. So you have to wait for the sun to get up, heat that water a little bit, otherwise it's a little bit nippy, but otherwise it looks an absolutely fantastic pool.
That looks bleak. That looks well, presumably they moved those blinds out the way and gave you access to the bar, but that looks bleak.
We've also got a bar here, which isn't open, obviously.
Yeah, it's definitely bleak.
Time of the morning. I'm recording this first thing. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and not quite open yet. You see the maids are out early, cleaning some of the chalets. You don't have to vacate until about 11, I believe. Depends on your flight. Our flight back to the UK is going to be much earlier than that. But chalets are usually only available from 3 p.m.
Just trying to think how you're managing to film yourself and your walk at the same time. Have you actually walked this route twice? I'm not sure. I can't think of a camera that allows you to film in front of you. You haven't got two cameras, have you? It's battering my head a little bit, that.
There's another entrance there into the complex. Again, it's a lock gate on an evening. So yeah, 3 p.m. is...
Is there a front and back camera that you can film front and back and record at the same time? I've never seen anything like that.
When you can get access to you.
Terrace area is not very private in the slightest. Again, not ideal for kids. A few steps knocking about. But again, no privacy, no fence around it, no wall.
Beach bungalow. And for us that meant waiting around for a couple of hours, which back in the UK were freezing. So I had a pair of jeans on and t-shirt, hoodie and things like that. But
cat. They've got cats, that's okay. My daughter will be happy.
Yeah, sitting out in the heat here in Fuerteventura, it was a bit warm with long trousers on. So probably if you come in this time of year, in your hand luggage, stick some shorts. You can always go and change, and that'll make things a whole lot more bearable. So this is our bungalow there, number 93. So this is our beach bungalow. You can see, here we are.
Massive TV, microwave, hob, fridge, self-catering stuff there. The chair doesn't look comfortable at all. It looks like a leather covered foam. That's if it's leather.
Kitchen. The kitchen's not too bad on first appearances. We've got cupboard.
But it's even worse on second appearance.
Obviously, full of everything, which is really interesting because when it comes to the cutlery, run too nice. You've got a cooker there, microwave, toaster, kettle. There's a juicer as well. Fridge.
Smashing the tequila in handy, good to see. You probably need it to tolerate with that room.
Obviously, which works. Bins under the sink there.
Nice kettle though. It's one of them with a blue light on it, so it's fairly new. It's about 30 years newer than the rest of the kitchen.
You've got this bed here.
Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. That'll fold down and be some form of mattress, no doubt.
Which folds out. It's your sofa for the day. You'll see it's not in fantastic condition. I'd say that was the same for everything really. Everything's just a little bit tired, but it's alright if you're just going to use this as we're using it as a base while you go and do something else during the day. So through to the bedroom, and you've got
Fan.
well, it's actually seems to be two mattresses together as per normal. Do have a bedside cabinet either side. Again, you've got a fan here and a light, which there's no air conditioning in these rooms, but that fan's pretty good actually. Certainly we found it this time of year you don't really need the fan on at all. Again, things like the windows, a little bit tight. You do have a wardrobe there. Just take all of our clothes. So that's pretty much the bedroom. As you can see from the walls, yeah, rough plaster, very
Nice matching green wall there.
rustic looking, I think is the polite term.
Rustic. That's one way of saying it.
Same throughout the rest of the throughout the bungalow. Onto the bathroom now. Not fantastic. Again, a bit.
The world's smallest bath. Oh my god. That's smaller than a travel lodge bath.
Tired. Certainly could do with regrouting. Let's see there's been.
I'm going to go online after this, after recording this video, and I'm going to find out how much it costs to stay there, because whatever it is, it'll be too expensive.
Things fastened there and removed and all the rest. Very small bath. There is a shower. The shower works really well actually. Nice and hot. And you've got your full mirror there with the basin. That's not too bad, except for you see is again things are a little bit tired, bit of wear and tear. However, it is super cheap.
Super cheap?
So as I say, it is
super cheap. I'm looking forward to finding out how much it costs.
Super cheap. You have to remember that this is
What's that?
However,
are you in your living room?
It is super cheap. So as I say, it is super cheap. You have.
Who's that? A random tennis player. I'm trying to think of a Fuerteventurian tennis player who it could be. I suppose it brightens up the room a little bit, Andy.
Have to remember that this is a £600 holiday including the flight. When you break that down, the accommodation for the week comes in
£600 for two people for a week.
At something like £220, something like that for the week.
What? When did you go there? 1984?
Don't think that's too bad. And again, it was clean enough when we came in. The first day, the maid had been in, and you could smell it had been disinfected throughout. It was nice, sort of clean.
I'm surprised the maid's can afford disinfectant, charging people 600 quid for a week's holiday, including flights.
And smell in here, you couldn't really complain about that. If you are staying here, however, do bring certain things. There are no toiletries like you would get in a hotel. So
a sledgehammer, paint.
Bring hand soap, bring all your shower gels, things like that. There is a hairdryer in the bathroom. However, things like there's no iron or anything like that. So if you bring a travel iron, but there isn't an ironing board to use, we've put some towels on the table.
No ironing board.
What
do you want? You only paid £600.
Ironed anything that we needed there. That way, there are like a few other things you think, well, yeah, could do with a few other bits and pieces here, but
an atmosphere, a bar, modernising.
Generally, it's not bad. just one more thing to consider if you're thinking about Castillo Beach Bungalows.
It's right under the flight path for the airport.
You're right on the flight path, and you do get the planes coming over the top of where you're staying, so that can disturb your peace if you're bothered by that type of thing. So
If you're a plane spotter, you'd probably love it.
overall, would we recommend Castillo Beach Bungalows? Well,
Is that another tennis picture?
if you're not too fussy about the condition of the property you're staying in, and you just want a base and you're looking for something on a budget, then definitely it is worth considering.
Wow.
If you like everything tip top, prim and proper, this is not going to be the place for you.
If you like it tip bottom and not prim and proper, this is the place for you. Can it be as bad as this there? I guess if they're charging the price that you say they're charging, then no, it's not. You could be in Torquay. Nice one, Andy. I am wondering why you can film in front of you and behind you at the same time, though. That's confused me a little bit, but I'll work that one out. Thank you for watching. That's not a place I'm going to go anytime soon.